Right, morning folks. I am a massive fan of putting ultra darts into things, to the point where I am currently working on another blaster. I plan on putting ultra darts in a swarm fire, but that's by the by because we're not talking about that today. The ultra range, my ultra range especially, they're great, they're good fun, it's different, it's something frustrating, and I can understand why people don't like the ultra line, and it's because of these. Nobody seems to like these. I think they're perfectly serviceable. Yes, they're a little expensive, but they're what I do is quite fun and quirky, and it's different. Um, but I recently, a couple of weeks ago, I actually finally managed to get hold of an Ultra Blaster, and this thing is awesome. I really, really do like this thing. It is comfortable. It has a fairly large capacity, and for what it is, as a blaster, it is fine. It is these that is the problem. For every other Nerfer, I think they're kind of quirky. But that's by the by. So today, what I'm going to do is, because this thing weighs an absolute ton, and it hasn't even got batteries in it, I'm basically going to make it run on a 2S, because I don't feel the urge to modify it to the extent that some people do with strifes and things. I'm just going to put a 2S battery in it, and we'll see what difference that makes. Yeah, I think I may have a complete just ultra line out, loadout rather, because this thing is wicked. So yeah, I'm going to tidy it up, get rid of some of these stickers and stuff, and see what safeties need removing, and just wire it up for a 2S, change the battery terminal. I just want to make it slightly more war practical. I mean, other than the darts, those are never going to really be war practical, but I'm going to make this a little bit more war practical, so I'm going to have like a quick release screw set, if I can figure something out for that, for the battery pack. Put it on a 2S just so that it has a more regulated voltage, and it lasts a little longer than the C cells that it runs on. So we're going to get a quick chrono read, stock, quick range test, and then we'll put the 2S in it. I mean, basically all I'm going to do is see what locks I can remove, and then solder a XT60 connector into it. Nice and simple. And then we'll do another chrono test and range test and see if it has made any difference. So that's nice and simple. But yeah, today I am looking at my awesome Ultra Blaster. Yeah, I like this thing. God, it's comfortable. So one of my reasons for changing it to 2S is that this is just woefully impractical. I mean, yes, these are relatively inexpensive. You get they're like £1 each, but that's still £4 just to run the thing. They're not rechargeable. If you wanted something with more life and more durability, you've got to pay even more than that, and that's each time you use it. So a 2S, which is rechargeable and has a little bit more kick, this is 6 volts, and the 2S I think has 7.2, somewhere around about that, so it's a little bit more bite, and it'll be easier to, it'll be more regulated. It won't have the drop off that standard alkaline batteries do. Yeah, and ultimately it'll be rechargeable, so it'll save me money in the long run. So that's why I'm doing this, because I don't want to mess about changing motors and things. I just want to basically make this run a little better, and hopefully the extra voltage will make it hit a little harder, which is going to be fun. So yeah, we're going to do, again, quick test fire now with the alkalines, and then wire it up for 2S, and we'll see what the difference is. I gotta be fair, even on alkalines, this thing sounds angry. I like that. I've played with flywheel blasters before, and various different types of feeding. This one just sounds, well, it almost sounds like the wheels are imbalanced. I'm not going to do anything about that, but it just sounds angry, and I can't wait to put more voltage in this, because that's going to be hilarious. Right, I'm just going to use the darts that it came with when I found it. I'm not expecting great things. I believe this is supposed to hit roughly 70 FPS, the Nerf average, as it were. Apologies, headphone users. Headphone users, yeah. Oh, okay. Insta jam. Why did you jam? That's something else I'm going to be working on, is that god awful DRM system that they've. Wow. Yeah, stay there. Why did you jam? No apparent reason. That's something we'll have to look at. But yeah, hopefully now. Oh, jammed again. Yeah, that's something else to look at. That's 2 for 2 on jams in 6 darts. And I'm out. I only put 6 in. Okay, so. Are you going to focus at all? Yeah, there we go. So, high 70s, low to mid 80s. As standard. Like I say, this thing is just beast. I am fully in love with the Nerf Ultra One. And I don't care what other people think. Yes, the darts are not brilliant, and yes, the company that makes them did lie, shall we say. You know, not going to be too nasty about it, but they did say these things will hit 125 feet, and yeah, that wasn't. I think that is predominantly why they fell out of love. Start again. Right. So yeah, I can understand why people don't like the Ultra Blasters, and it is just because of how the darts were marketed, pure and simple. We were told they'd hit 125 feet, but yeah, if you're in a wind tunnel or in a vacuum, then probably. And if they are immaculate and the blaster's been balanced and everything like that, but I can understand why people don't like them. Yes, they're expensive, but I think something like this, on its own merit, if you don't take the cost of reloading it into account, this thing is really, really good in standard form. So hopefully with more voltage running through it, it should be even funnier. So I'm going to sort that out now. I'm going to take it apart, see if I notice anything stand out, I will record it. I will wire it up for 2S after I've done a firing demo. It's stock. So we're going to get my head and set that up, and we'll do a quick firing demo, and then I will, the next time you'll see this, it'll have 2S running through it, unless I spot anything weird. Okay, as always, very important to wear safety glasses when nerfing, and also, he's seen some things, so don't mind the fact that he hasn't got a nose and his chin's damaged. But I've also added an old baking tray, just so that we know when we get a body hit now, because the amount of times where I'd miss by a bit and it would almost clip him, so we'll take that as being a body hit. That's a headshot, so we'll see how that goes. Okay, so I'm using my short tripod today, so apologies if the thing falls over. Same old, roughly 35 feet from the shed, so we'll see just how effective the Ultra One is. I've got a full drum loaded up just because that's going to be fun, so we'll see how it goes on standard alkaline batteries. This is going to be loud. Can you see me in shot? Almost. Okay, and a bit up, body, shoulder, head. Oh yeah, head's up. A little high. Nearly out. There we go. See, it's not bad at 35 feet, is it? We just got to gather all the darts up now. In a bizarre twist, I recovered all 24. And I want to do that again because it is fun. couple aren't quite seated properly. You do have to be fairly careful with the loading, because if they're not all the way seated, then it'll just skip over it. That's fun. I think at least one of those went into the hedge.
A few moments later.
Well, it's done. It's wired up for 2S, and I honestly don't know if it's going to explode or not. I mean, again, headphone users, mind your ear holes. And that's just a, yeah, no, this is hilarious. Alright, chrono time, basically. I might have to wear earplugs when I use this thing. Okay, so previously we had a high of, I think it was 88. So we'll see if the 2S makes any difference, shall we? Yeah, just a bit. That is a low of 119 and a high of 140 from putting a 2S in it. Oh, we have to go outside and test fire this. This is going to be hilarious. Alright, so it's a tiny bit warm out here. Just did a test fire and completely sheared the tip off a dart. I'm guessing it was one of the older ones because the fins are a bit busted up. The accuracy has gone to the dogs. It's reckoned that between 95 and 110 FPS is where you get the accuracy for Ultra. This is, as I say, running at about 140, so I've already had one sail up off over the top of the shed by itself, so I've lost a couple. Where are we? Back on. There we go. Okay. So I've got about, I want to say about 20 darts in here. We'll give it a try. Same old, same old. I hate these. I hate this. Come on now. Should have got the big one out. You still going? Yeah. Okay. So yeah, 35 feet. See what we can have. Right, well, the accuracy has gone to the dogs. And just to add to the issue, if you've got a slightly older Ultra Dart, it will tear the tips clean off. Don't know if that's during flight or impact, or if it's the flywheels, I don't know, but they have just sheared clean through. Is it worth it? Well, if you want accuracy, then with your Ultra, I would suggest sticking to your alkaline. If you want something that is absolutely hilarious, deafening, and destroys darts and can just unload 24, really simple, then yes. It's 2 wires and an XT60 connector. You know, I mean, it's probably not the wisest thing to do on a warm day like today, but soldering, you know, something I'm still learning. Right, potential future upgrades. I need to get a couple of, like, the thumb, not the thumb screw type things you get on strife doors. I reckon that'll work quite well as a quick release for there. A couple of them, setting at the screwdriver. There's a bit of plastic rattling around in the stock, which is annoying, and the DRM, I think I'm going to have to glue that in place, but other than that, that'll be fine. Outdoors, probably not great because you can never find these things. Indoors, it's going to be hilarious. So, depending on the cap as well, because obviously, like I say, I'm hitting a high of 139 now. So it's definitely not a stock blaster, but it's not quite high powered, but there's no accuracy to it now. But it's fun, and that's why I do these things. This is why I enjoy tinkering with foam blasters, because I find it fun. You know, and Nerf the Ultra is the latest silly thing that I've found a passion for. Oh, it's torn that off completely. I was just looking up close at the separation, and it is literally, it's torn the tip off and taken half the foam with it, but I can't quite figure out which one goes where. I mean, as is, I ended up losing about 4 or 5 darts over the hedge, so yeah, these might be unrelated, but yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's definitely good for an indoor arena or event. No good for outdoors because you can't find the darts and you can't hit anything anyway. So yeah, I'm going to leave it there. That is my 2S Ultra One. Enjoy.